boxing voice.
Yeah, so like I was saying, quite a few reporters were speaking to Manny, and me in particular, I asked them about any ongoing negotiations between himself and Mayweather, and he made it clear that his promoter, Bob Arum, was in negotiations with Mayweather's camp. Is there any...
Back up. All I've said and all I know is that I was consulted, and as a result of talking both to CBS and to HBO, I put them together, and they arrived at a method to do the fight. And I've subsequently had conversations with both of them. And I haven't talked to Heyman, and I haven't talked to Mayweather. As far as I'm concerned, we have a way to do this fight with the two networks working together, and it's up to the fighters to work out a deal. My guy, Pacquiao, is willing to sit down and work out the deal. I am not convinced that Mayweather is, and based on what Mayweather has been saying, I don't think that he wants to do the fight. That's where it stands. So everybody is talking from the truth. Mayweather says, hey, there's no negotiations, which means that he hasn't negotiated, which is true, because I can't say that he has. Pacquiao says there are negotiations, because there are, between the two networks. So Pacquiao is telling the truth. And I talked to Pacquiao about terms that he's willing to accept for a Mayweather fight. But it's all talk now. There's no deal.
Have there been any radical terms, or are we just talking about the previous terms from past negotiations? And
I'm not going to talk about anything. I've said what I have to say, which is probably too much. But, I'm not saying that anybody's a liar, anybody has made unreasonable demands. I've given you a capsule of where everything stands.
That works, Bob. So just talk to me about Showtime and HBO working together. Is it going to be similar to back when Tyson was on Showtime, something like that? Like both networks are going to promote the fight?
When they did the Tyson Lewis fight.
Well, that's
where
a step
Lewis
forward.
was under contract to HBO and Tyson was under contract to Showtime. You're damn right it's a step forward. You're damn right, because if the networks weren't agreeable to doing something like that, the fight couldn't happen. Mayweather has a contract with Showtime, and through Top Rank, Pacquiao has a contract with HBO. So that was a legal impediment to having the fight happen. But that impediment, because of the way the networks handle it, is no longer an impediment. And I think that is very, very significant.
I agree with you 100%. Since we can't probe into that anymore and I have you, I just want to get your thoughts on Peter Quillen pulling out of this new deal that was going to happen between, with the purse bid and Rock Nation, and now we don't get to see Rock Nation make their world premiere into boxing promoting. How much of a disappointment was that for you?
Yeah, it was a disappointment. I mean, who would have believed that Quillen would turn down 3 times any purse that he's received? And for us, we welcome the opportunity to have one of our fighters in a card promoted by Rock Nation. So I just am very, very disappointed that Heyman was able to talk Quillen out of doing the fight.
Now, there were some rumors floating around after he made his statements that he was pulling out to seek bigger and better options. And some like I said, some rumors floated around saying that Cotto was a possible option. Is that a possible fight, or is that complete nonsense?
Complete nonsense.
Wow.
Why would Cotto fight a Quillen who pulled out of a fight that was going to earn him $1.5 million to fight Korobov? How would that make Quillen viable on a pay-per-view fight with Cotto? Now, if he had fought Korobov and won, then there would have been a possibility, maybe, that Quillen could fight Cotto. But, because it would be a big fight. But I think Cotto is looking at a possible Canelo fight, which would be a huge fight for sometime next spring.
That is the fight that all fight fans want. If you and Oscar are able to make that, you'd be definitely making a lot of people happy. Well, Bob, I don't want to take much of your time. That's about it. But I will be calling you in the near future to talk about Terrence Crawford as it gets a little closer. Thank you again.
All right.
All right.
You're very welcome.
Bye-bye.
The Boxing Voice.